YAH. Please fill me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen. Start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah, your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Hebrews chapter 2. Therefore we must pay much more careful heed to the things we have heard, so that we will not drift away. For if the word God spoke through angels became binding, so that every violation and act of disobedience received its just deserts, its full measure, then how will we escape if we ignore such a great deliverance? This deliverance, which was first declared by the Lord, was confirmed to us by those who heard him, while God also bore witness to it with various signs, wonders, and miracles, and with gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh, which he distributed as he chose. For it was not to angels that God subjected the Olam Haba, which is what we are talking about. There is a place where someone has given this solemn testimony. What is mere man, that you concern yourself with him, or the Son of Man, that you watch over him with such care? You made him a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. You put everything into subjection under his feet. In subjecting everything to him, we left nothing unsubjected to him. However, at present, we don't see everything subjected to him, at least not yet. But we do see Yeshua, who indeed was made for a little while lower than the angels, now crowned with glory and honor, because he suffered death, so that by God's grace he might taste death for all humanity. For in bringing many sons to glory, it was only fitting that God, the Creator and Preserver of everything, should bring the initiator of their deliverance to the goal through suffering. For both Yeshua, who sets people apart for God, and the ones being set apart have a common origin. This is why he is not ashamed to call them brothers, when he says, I will proclaim your name to my brothers. In the midst of the congregation I will sing your praise. Also, I will put my trust in him. And then it goes on, here I am, with the children God has given me. Therefore, since the children share a common physical nature as human beings, he became like them and shared that same human nature, so that by his death he might render ineffective the one who had power over death, that is, the adversary, and thus set free those who had been in bondage all their lives because of their fear of death. Indeed, it is obvious that he does not take hold of angels to help them. On the contrary, he takes hold of the seed of Abraham. This is why he has to become like his brothers in every respect, so that he might become a merciful and faithful Kohen Gadol in the service of God, making kapparah for the sins of the people. For since he himself suffered death when he was put to the test, he is able to help those who are being tested now. The author pulls a lot from the Tanakh in chapter 2. First, what is mere man that you should concern yourself with him, or the Son of Man that you should watch over him with such care? You made him a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. You put everything in subjection under his feet. That comes from Psalm 8, 5 through 7, depending on your translation. Psalm 8, 5 through 7. You made him but a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. You had him rule what your hands made. You put everything under his feet, sheep and oxen, all of them, also the animals and the wild birds of the air, the fish of the sea, whatever passes through the paths of the sea. I read a little too much there, but that's fine. The next, everything to him, everything subjected to him, was made a little while lower than the angels, crowned with glory and honor. I will proclaim your name to my brothers. In the midst of the congregation, I will sing your praise. That comes from Psalm 22, 23. Psalm 22, 23. I will proclaim your name to my kinsmen. Right there in the assembly, I will praise you. Also, I will put my trust in him. Isaiah 8:17. Isaiah 8:17. I will wait for Yeshua, who is hiding his face from the house of Yaakov. Yes, I will look for him. Isaiah 8:17. Here I am, along with the children God has given me. Isaiah 8:18, the Septuagint. Meanwhile, I, the children whom Yeshua has given me, will become for Israel signs and wonders from Yehovah Svaot, living on Mount Zion. Lastly, he takes hold of the seed of Abraham. Isaiah 41, 8 and 9. Isaiah 41, 8 and 9. But you, Israel, my servant, Yaakov, whom I have chosen, descendants of Abraham, my friend, I have taken you from the ends of the earth, summoned you from its most distant parts, and said to you, you are my servant. I have chosen you, not rejected you. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading Hebrews 2? We can pay careful attention to the words of Yeshua because your life depends on it. Ask for the gifts of the Ruach HaKodesh, which YAH gives as he chooses. Trust that Yeshua was made for a little while lower than the angels to suffer death on our behalf, so that the adversary might have power over us any longer. Trust that Yeshua became a merciful and faithful Kohen Gadol in the service of YAH, making kapparah, that is the atonement, the covering, expiation, propitiation, the forgiveness, the pardon for the sins of the people. Trust in Yeshua, who suffered death when he was put to the test. Therefore, we are now helped by Yeshua, our deliverer, in our time of testing. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can explain clearly the good news of Yeshua the Messiah found in the Tanakh and why it is critical to act on this wisdom. Produce spiritual fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. And how can we bear one another's burdens? We can set aside self, our ego, to appear to be a fool for Yeshua, for the sake of salvation for the lost. End with the Aaronic blessing. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being, look upon you, and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Amen.